It's Thursday, November 20th.
Wedding is also accused of murdering a federal witness.
Authorities making a new push to find and arrest alleged drug lord Ryan Wedding. The former Canadian Olympian is linked to murders in Canada, the U.S., and Colombia.
The public system has suffered where the private system has been able to flourish.
The Alberta government wants to let surgeons work in both private and public health care. Critics worried, though, patients will be left behind.
After almost 20 months of bargaining, the employer had fallen short, far short of delivering what is needed and what is deserved.
The countdown is on. Thousands of Alberta healthcare workers could strike this weekend if a deal is not reached. Stay with us, Canada. Your morning starts right now. Welcome to your morning, everybody. Anne-Marie's away this week. I'm Lindsey Deluce.
I'm Michelle Jobin.
And I'm Kelsey McEwen. Happy Thursday.
We're going to start out with some news from Alberta this morning because lots to talk about sort of in the labor sector and related to healthcare. Some doctors in Alberta could eventually be able to work in both the private and public sectors.
This is another avenue where medical professionals and Albertans can connect and perhaps do additional surgeries that are currently done out of province.
Under the government's plan, some surgeons can perform private procedures after they commit to a minimum number of publicly funded surgeries. The province says the plan aims to cut down on wait times. The critics, however, warn surgeons will end up favoring private procedures over public ones. The legislation is expected to be introduced this session. Healthcare workers in Alberta have now issued strike notice with job action set for this weekend.
No one chooses this lightly. But we reached a point where we had no choice.
We are aware of colleagues that are going to food banks and struggling to make it from paycheck to paycheck.
The union representing 16,000 Alberta hospital workers, including nurses and healthcare aides, says its members will hit the picket lines on Saturday. The two sides have been bargaining for nearly 20 months now, and the province has offered 12% wage increases over 4 years. The union says it's not enough. The strike would be on a rotating schedule with 20% of members allowed to strike at a time, which is about 3,200 healthcare workers. Ontario NDP leader Marit Stiles was kicked out of the legislature yesterday for saying this.
It is the donors and the lobbyists that are connected to this government. It is the strip clubs and the numbered companies. It is the endless grift of a anti-democratic and, yes, corrupt government.
The comment by Stiles was directed at Labour Minister David Piccini over some controversial grants from a skills development fund. Stiles was asked to withdraw her comment. She refused and was asked to leave the chamber. Speaking afterwards, Stiles doubled down on her comment, saying she's tired of not having her questions answered. Sweden's royal family says our country should stick together in a dramatically changing world.
And so there is already friendship and collaboration on many fields. So there's a lot of things we can work together on.
We have not only been here on the state visits, 3 of them, but we have been here during the Olympic Games as well in Calgary and Vancouver.
We know that the U.S. president...
King Carl Gustaf XVI and Queen Sylvia spoke with CTV National News chief anchor Omar Sachedina in an exclusive interview. Their state visit wraps up today with a stop in Montreal. U.S. President Donald Trump has now signed off on a bill to release the Jeffrey Epstein case files.
But we will continue to follow the law, again, while protecting victims, but also providing maximum transparency.
The signed legislation will now compel the Trump administration to release the files. U.S. President Trump announced that he had signed the bill with a lengthy post on social media, saying perhaps the truth about these Democrats and their associations with Jeffrey Epstein will soon be revealed because I have just signed the bill to release the Epstein files. So what's next? The Justice Department will need to release all files and communications related to Epstein, as well as any information about the investigation into his death, within 30 days. But some documents could be withheld if they are related to an active investigation. The family of a New Brunswick senior says they're amazed he managed to save himself from a serious car accident.
Couldn't get the car doors or the windows open, so he had to climb in the back of the car, and with that he managed to bust the back window and escape.
86-year-old Gerard LeBlanc was driving north of Moncton on Sunday when he crashed his car into some water. His daughter says he smashed his way out using a wrench, and he then managed to climb all the way back up the road to get help. LeBlanc did this with broken bones in his neck and spine. He is now in hospital with a long recovery ahead, but he's said to be in good spirits. Well, this was no big surprise for tennis fans. Roger Federer was elected to the International Tennis Hall of Fame in his first year of eligibility. He was the first man to win 20 Grand Slam singles titles. Federer was also the only candidate to receive enough support in the player category for the Hall of Class of 2026. Players can be considered after 5 years away from the tour and need to be selected by 75% of the voting group.